Not long before the events of the Chimera, 4 space pirates are sent to the desert planet of Akiton to regain their captain's hold over Kafak Depot. Get in, restore balance, get out. A simple enough plan. Batten down the hatches, mateys. This is Will Save and the Interstellar Tales from the Extragalactic Adventure Anthology. Unknown Treasures.
All right, I'm going to press start, hit the play button on Will Save and the Interstellar Tales from the Extragalactic Adventure Anthology. I'm Kevin, your GM, and this is Unknown Treasures.
Unknown Traitors.
Oh, yeah. So we promised last week Unknown Traitors.
Yeah,
that's a nugget.
There's a traitor.
Dang, yeah.
Wow.
I love this.
Wordsmith over here.
That's title episode title?
Dude, that is going to be a
That's
title
last episode's title.
Last episode title. Done. Calling it here.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah. I'd be down for that.
That's actually really dope. Thank you, Kelly.
yeah.
All right, Kev, back to you.
Perfect summary.
I forget what I was going to say.
Okay.
We promised last week we were going to talk about trains. And then we were talking about how Vinny has never shotgunned a beer.
That's true.
Or a keg stand.
Or done a
I've
keg
never
stand?
shotgunned anything. I've never done a keg stand.
Not a beer bong?
Nope.
Wow. Okay.
Man,
Oh, I don't think I've done it.
We're just adding things to the Will Save Retreat to-do
it's
list.
like built beer bongs.
My friends actually had like
I mean,
a
I can
20
make
foot
you one.
beer bong that they would.
a 20. What does he get on a ladder? Jesus.
He was on the roof.
What
Yeah.
do you need that for?
He was
I
on
was
the
on the
roof.
roof. And
Of
it was
course.
like I think you loaded with I think it was like 6 beers.
8
It might have been 6
beers?
beers. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was dumb.
Shotgunning
I could never
six.
get past. I could never get down more than like 1 or 2 at a time, but I could do
Yeah, that was
multiple in a night.
Very blurry.
See, that's what's tough for me. Because like, if the goal is to get blitzed, I don't know. Maybe I'm old. I'm gonna go for some like
Something
cask
tasty?
strength bourbon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's tasty and it's like 140
I
proof.
can slug a shot of whiskey, no problem.
I think the last time I shotgunned a beer,
Yeah, I don't know if I can shotgun a beer anymore.
I think the last time I shotgunned a beer was at one of our tailgates before a football game.
Ooh.
Back
Yeah.
in, what was that, 2017,
2018? Yeah, 2019?
Yeah, because 2019 hit and that was the end of the.
Can I ask what kind of beer it
It was
was?
Bud Light or whatever
Okay, yeah.
crap
Yeah.
beer they had.
Yeah, some natty
You
like
drink the
thing.
good stuff. You shotgun the bad stuff.
Yeah, that's the ticket, Vinny, is that you can't just do that.
We also shotgunned White Claws.
Oh, yeah.
That was a
Classic.
bad idea.
I'm drinking one right now, but I'm not going to shotgun it.
What are you, a divorced mom? Like,
That was.
I was gonna say
they were
you
like,
probably
they
should
were
have shotgun.
new.
If anything, it should be a White
They
Claw.
were new at that time.
Yeah,
Oh,
but they were
man.
new. But the moment that I tried them, I was like, oh,
yeah, this tastes like sunscreen and hitting on high school kids' friends.
oh my god.
But I was going to make the connection of shotgun and like the term shotgun, which is actually referring to like when you call it for a car and riding shotgun, to trains. But it's technically not trains. It was actually more for carriages because Will gave me a funny look when I said that. But the term riding shotgun comes from the Old West terms of the person that was sitting next to the coach rider would have a shotgun. Yeah, that was sitting shotgun.
Kev, you're talking to somebody who has literally ridden shotgun.
In a
Yeah,
carriage.
in a
Will
carriage.
knows
Yeah.
about all that.
Yeah.
I was a Pinkerton
Yeah.
for many years.
Yeah.
But we were talking about
What?
trains. Last week I was talking about, and this is
It's kind of fucked up, but
it was a
kind of
while
cool.
ago. It was
I don't know what a Pinkerton
Christmas
is.
time. I took Grayson to ride trains, and we did actually see like the setup trains. You asked about like gauges and stuff. I think they were talking about, I don't know, 0 gauge and double S gauge, and they were talking about like 1/64th versus 3/17 or something. And I was like, it sounds like you guys talking about sockets. But tell us about your miniature trains, Will. Tell us all about them.
So there are many gauges to miniature trains. I don't know all of them, but I have O gauge and I have HO gauge. So I have O and the HO gauge. as I like to say.
Oh, that's a good joke for like
it's a
1922.
It's a train joke for you guys. Model train joke. No, my dad was super into it, and I had a neighbor who was super into it, and
that's cool.
So now I have a bunch of old like locomotives and stuff from like the 20s and 30s and 40s.
That's right. That's rad.
I have some that like still smoke. You can like put pellets in them and they smoke.
That's neat.
Yeah,
that's neat.
Like the same ones you put in your grill?
No. It's like I don't know what it is. It's just this little like
is it fluid or is it
disc that you put inside the top of it, and then it
like a puck
creates these like puffs of smoke for a few hours as the locomotive chugs along.
Yeah.
It's so like cast steel. It's like it weighs like 15 pounds.
Did you pull them out at Christmas time and put some train around your tree?
Ooh,
we did.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's neat.
We had the
that has that like very
Tom Hanks Polar Express feel.
Mm-hmm. We had like all the little models.
It has that like very distinct like ozone flavor that or smell, that electric like burning smell.
What?
Yeah, I know.
The air. I love that smell. Actually,
that's cool.
My next door neighbor at the apartment that Lauren and I lived in when we first started, when we first moved in together. Our next door neighbor was a French guy. And his entire living room was actually had a long like 20-foot table that was like IndyCar racetrack, like the track cars. Like there were two controllers. And each person pulled the trigger and you raced your cars around. And it's the same like electric smell.
Yo,
that's cool.
I haven't raced slot cars.
You've never seen those? They're dope. Yeah, slot cars are awesome. Kids these days don't
I had
know.
a neighbor
back
east.
That sounds familiar.
Who in his basement had everything. He had probably like 3 or 4 miles of like HO gauge track just like through his whole basement. And he had like landscapes and like all kinds of figurines and land like terrain features and bridges and caves and all kinds of crazy.
That's cool.
All this stuff is like really cool. I love it. And the slot cars, like I had those growing up, but we had ones that were powered by light. So then like you'd shine like a red light gun at them and then they would like go that way. So then
you shoot the slot car?
What?
Yeah, you shoot the
like
slot
a
car
laser?
and they move. Yeah, it's just like a wide red flashlight and somehow that would work. It was dope.
That's
So
really fun.
your
Really
cars
cool.
were cats. They were.
Inside with miniature cats.
Miniature
cats,
like, yeah. Over there. They're miniature cats driving the fucking car. That's funny.
Amazing.
I love slot cars though.
They're great. It's like a miniature version of the real life thing at Disneyland, right? Where you have anyway, that racing ride at Disneyland is slot. It's like a giant slot car you actually drive. It's kind of cool.
Dang.
Yeah.
I just don't have the dedication for something that involved. Like
It's a lot of
how
time
much,
investment,
yeah,
man.
time and energy and money, and just
To slot cars?
Like much like
well, you can get
GMA.
them for like fairly
trains.
cheap, but
Yeah.
the trains are expensive though.
Well, and
Oh,
my next door neighbor, the one I was telling you about, like his table was just like you were describing the trains. Like it had mountains and tunnels and trees and a little village that lit up, and like it was like your slot car was racing through like the Italian mountains.
That's rad.
That's so awesome.
Wherever slot cars are racing in the real world.
I think what we do, we as a podcast invest in a slot car track. We make cars that are indicative of us as players or characters, and we race them and we see who wins.
I'm down. This is what your Patreon money will go
Yeah,
to, listeners.
that's what I think.
Well,
I mean,
yeah, can we-
you're saying so a slot car has to be a slot car, or do you want to do like
Pinewood Derby.
Pinewood Derby?
Oh, box car, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Pinewood Derby, man. Wow, I'm in.
Pinewood Derby.
All right, if you're listening to this,
Check that out.
and we know you are, because if you're not, you don't hear it. Slot cars, trains, Pinewood Derbies, pictures, if you have them, we'd love to see them. Throw them on our Discord or on our any of our other social media platforms. We'd love to see them. But I think it's really important that we are all here for a true reason, and that reason is Starfinder. Starfinder. And I think we should play. Let's play.
Let's play.
So I'm going to take us back to the map.
Here we go.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a little rundown. I did not write this out like I normally do, so good luck with that, Kevin. I'm telling myself good luck. All right, so last time we're back on watch, right? You guys are prepping to go into the Stellar Flare, so you each took a shift, and along with that shift, you stood with either a goblin or an Akeshti. Terme actually ended out the last episode, the previous episode before that, with his goblin. And then they chat a little bit more. Chalk took the next watch with a goblin named Torque and convinced that poor little goblin that the ghosts were going to get him. And then played Trick or Treat and Ding Dong Ditch the Stellar Flare. That watch ended, and then Rolu took the stand. Rolu and an Akeshti, they were out there standing watch, and they noticed these large prehistoric birds walking and along the path, and luckily they didn't engage. I was prepared for you to shoot one of them, but they just wandered past and left. And while all that was happening, Thaddeus actually moseyed over and woke up Terme, and also caught the attention of Chalk and pulled them aside and convinced them to work together to get something off of Rolu's body. And that's when Chalk was like, hey man, I saw him take all sorts of shit. That dude's a thief. And so Chalk was like, fine, I'll do it. And he goes in while Rolu's sleeping during the next watch and actually steals a parchment paper and the steel piece from the captain's quarters. And that steel piece actually has the symbol of the Stellar Flare on it. And you recognize that on the door of the Stellar Flare. Just a little reminder, Kelly, tell us what was on that parchment paper again.
On that parchment paper was a map of the Liavara system, a star map, which you will recall if you remember the transmissions between Rolu and Shira, Dawnbreaker of the Knave's Revenge, was one of the star maps that Rolu had requested. When you peel away that map, you'll see that there was a profile, like drawn profile of one of the members of the crew and the location of the member of that crew, the other cargo bay. The other cargo bay, not the cargo bay, of course. And that was part and then it had the title of the name of the ship that Hears and his members of his crew infiltrated, and thus, committed treason against the High Council and against pirates in general. So yeah,
beautiful.
Breaking the oath.
It's actually Thaddeus who's on watch at that time, so he's excited about this, and he tells Chalk like, "Yeah, this is it. This is what we need to get Rolu." And then he rolls it back up and sticks it into his pocket and goes back and pretends like nothing happened on watch. And he goes out and he stands next to this little goblin. And what do you say anything to the goblin?
Thaddeus is just high. He's so high right now on this whole experience. I mean, yeah. So as we were saying earlier, Rolu, and also, what do you get up to around here? Yeah, he's just he's super chipper now, coming back with extra energy.
Yeah. They opened up the Stellar Flare. What? The Great Wreckage. It's open.
What? Since when?
Since yesterday. You knew that.
I knew that.
Don't play dumb.
So I've had something or someone on my mind the last day and a half or so. So
okay, that's fair. Go ahead, roll me a perception check.
Just me?
Just you.
Oh wow! It's
everybody
not
else
good.
is sleeping.
It's 5.
Rolled a 5. That's good.
Yeah.
I wrote something for that too. So you see something flickering in the distance. You see a light. You look closer, and you actually pull out your little monocle. What is that thing called?
Periscope.
Your looking glass.
A telescope?
Telescope.
A periscope.
Telescope. That's the word. I didn't write that in here. And you look at it real close, and that's you have to. It burns your eyeball a little bit because you realize it's the sun coming up between the Junk Mountains.
The sun is rising.
Yeah, that's what it does. It comes up, And then as you
You should never look at the sun through a telescope.
That's a terrible
Without a
idea.
proper filter.
He pulls out a full telescope. He's got one of the really expensive ones. Like, he's
Like, you know,
hold on, let me look. But that's when you hear a loud clang behind you. Sorry. And a couple of goblins, they're actually like moving around a bunch of junk, and they actually move them near a familiar looking pinkish Keshti, and that's when you see a large flame. Breakfast will be ready soon enough.
Aw. What's on the menu?
Kafak dogs.
Oh.
That's all we got around here. And everybody starts to emerge from the tent, either from the smell or the light, whatever the case might be. It's morning. It's like you're camping. It's great. Everybody starts to emerge from their tents. There's an excitement in the air. Today's a very historical day for all of Kafak Depot, and this group of goblins and Akeshtis will be witnesses to discovering what is inside the great wreckage.
Oh, bum, 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 bum.
So, Rolu, as you wake up, you feel uneasy. You had a nightmare, a weird dream.
Yeah. He one hand, as he sits up, pushes himself up. The other just reaches on his back and feels a pain. And then that pain subsides. And Rolu just takes a deep breath and steps outside, seeing this wonderful breakfast, and realizes that he is not well liked. So he sits down and does a bit of reading before going over there, letting more people go over. So it's not just him having to make awkward conversation with anybody else. He doesn't see Quirtle. So he's going to wait until Quirtle comes out, the only person who he's made more of a connection with.
His friend, yeah. His little,
You
found your soulmate.
Yeah.
Hey there, bloody. How you doing?
Hey,
You look like you didn't sleep very well.
I didn't. I appreciate the sentiment. I didn't. But that happens. The bright spot was talking to you last night. That was a nice respite from these bad dreams.
I enjoyed that quite a bit myself.
Good. Should we get something to eat? I haven't had this fare before. Curious what there is.
You ain't never had Kafak dogs.
mean what? Yeah, fuck dogs. You've been eating them all week. Farting up the tent.
Terme shouts.
Terme, get back in line, yeah. Terme, you're a liar, Rolu.
Is he lying again? Is Rolu lying again?
Terme, I'm trying to make an impression here. I don't. I didn't fart up the tent. Rolu,
Yeah,
it's just
whatever.
it's the smell that lingers after you eat kafak. Come on.
All right, so you guys enjoy your breakfast. Rolu sits alone with his new Keshti friend. The rest of you are gathered in large clumps with the goblins and giggling, having a great time talking about what you think is inside this great wreckage. Let's take you over to the map. The new map.
The new
It's a new
You got the new?
Yo, you got that new though?
Yo, that new map, though.
Yo, that new map though.
That new map, though.
Let's peel it away and see if there's any weird shit under it.
That new map smell.
I am very afraid of this next bit because
What? Oh.
I've never really used dynamic lighting before, so I'm kind of excited for it.
Ooh, it looks really cool. I mean, it's the same artwork as before, but it's a giant map, and we're standing at the very southern edge, and the rest of it's blocked by, fog of war.
Now, I too am afraid, but for very different reasons.
Same.
Terme's pacing at the mouth of this entrance, trying to peer in.
Just a note: do not move your pieces without telling me what you're doing.
All right, everyone, prepare for battle. Honestly.
So there's just for the listeners. This is the entrance to the Stellar Flare. And everybody is gathered around there. There are, almost a dozen goblins, including Baumgazel. We got Zocket and Torque and Wordberg. There's the Akeshtis. There's, Merc and Kesh and Quordle and Vari 13, as well as the rest of you. You're all standing around huddled, But Kesh is kind of standing closest to the door, and he notes that no one has gone inside since they disabled the force field, even though Merc was incredibly eager to do so. I had to tie her up to the distiller unit with a rubber hose just to calm her down. The Akeshi tells you, I assumed you would want scavenger rights since you were instrumental in securing the area. And Merc looks a bit sheepish and makes a hero's promise, makes you the hero's promise that you will bring her something interesting from the wreckage. Fine. You first, but dibs on any shiny, zappy, pokey things. Got it? And she smiles with a wide grin.
Of course.
I'm not agreeing to that.
I'll keep an eye out for you. Don't worry.
Yeah, I really like both shiny and pokey things, but anything spinny, you're welcome to.
All right, deal. So is there anything you guys want to do before you enter?
Vari, how are you? Well, one, how did you sleep or rest? And two, how are you feeling about coming in? Would you like to come in?
I am fine. No, I am uncertain of what is inside of this ship. I trust you, but I will remain outside until we hear word that it's safe. But I am very excited to find what is inside there.
Vari. Rolo leans in close.
Classic Vari answer.
Next to Vari's here. Vari, you can tell me. Do you want to go in, but you're not because Kev doesn't want to play you in the ship? Just nod yes or no.
She shakes her head and goes, "You are a very strange creature."
Well, good talking to you, Vari. See you.
Is this a sidebar or is this like an open conversation?
I mean, you could probably hear it and do selective hearing. Yeah.
So Jack, I think, pulls up and is like, hey, Vari, I think through your memories, you've probably got the most knowledge of this ship out of anybody. Can I possibly convince you, or is it maybe written in a book somewhere that you can't join us?
I'm just not certain that it is safe for me to go.
But if you were out here by yourself, wouldn't it be more dangerous than if you were to come along with us?
I'm not by myself. I have all these goblins to protect me.
Can I roll diplomacy to try to convince her to come in?
I'll assist in that. I really want Kevin to have to play with
same.
Vari. So
Also, I get a...
Kev hasn't said yes, so I haven't rolled it.
I feel like I should get a +2 diplomacy to this for changing the attitude based on my experience for cultural chameleon.
So I'd have to review that, but I'm pretty sure Vari is on the friendly level, so I'm not sure how much higher you can go on the likable scale. I'm not sure how much. What's a better way to put this?
Friendly versus helpful.
Vari is a level 1 NPC. If you want them to come along, they are probably going to die. That's all I'm telling you. And that would ruin the entire adventure. So, when I say it's not safe,
didn't Vari share in the same XP pool? No, I guess not.
No.
Okay.
They got like one hit.
No, because she never fought or did anything the entire time.
Yeah, well, that's how some players are.
Except like one random shot.
Vari, you're just a bump on a log, aren't you?
Jack pokes her in a couple of different... Oh yeah, you are pretty squishy. Maybe you should stay out here.
I can forgive Vari for not doing things, but Michael, I can't forgive it. Michael should have helped.
Yeah, is there...
Where is he, by the way?
Yeah, do we have a cutscene of what he's up to?
Michael... I don't know if you guys have seen Good Will Hunting, but it's that opening scene where they're fighting on the basketball court, and Ben Affleck's like, if you're not out there in 2 seconds, then you're next.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like, we're going to go whoop Michael's ass after this.
Yep.
Because he did not pull up. He is not a homie.
True that. Where is he anyway?
Yeah, sorry. I searched the book. I did a Control F on the PDF, and Michael doesn't appear anywhere in this.
Michael wasn't real.
Yeah, he doesn't exist. He's
Was
not.
Michael
It's a bunch of like
Michael was a collective fever
Part
dream.
of the threefold conspiracy. All
Oh no!
all along?
Oh man,
These are all just a bunch of AI constructs that
Turned
are like, guiding us
into
along.
spoiler alert, starfish-looking astrozoan wandered off. No,
Love it.
okay. So,
Sorry.
are you guys? Seriously, is there anything?
Is there anything that you can tell us that you think that we might need to know that we haven't asked about before going on this ship? Is there any history or premonition that you might have?
My visions are definitely of the stellar flare, but I can't piece them together to make any sense of what they were.
All right. Well, enjoy.
Well, fat load of help that is.
Enjoy your kafak dogs.
Kafaka.
No, I wouldn't say that. That was very rude of you, Varney.
What?
Why would you say that to me?
I don't. Aren't you paying us to go on this mission that we could die on? Why would you say that?
That was very rude, Varney. I don't understand why you would say that. We've been
was
nothing
Roland
but nice to
said
you. No, that was Varney.
Says the guy who kicked a face down
Right.
I had a reason.
goblin.
Okay. And then he looks around. I had a reason because Mongozzle messed you up, Jack. I was very upset.
I did it for you.
I did it for your heart, Chuck. No, I did it because I care about the crew.
What about
and I
my
was-
heart?
Oh, really?
The Kesty says from the corner.
I definitely, yes, your heart's very important to me, Quirtle.
You only like me for my celestial body.
He is very magnificent. I'm not going to lie. This
Rolu's a boy confirmed. Is that what we're going with?
Let's circle back to that later.
All right, so you're
Rolu's
going
like,
in.
oh man, I've got a very busy week ahead.
Oh,
of
I'm
me.
so I can't stay. Look at the time.
I'll call you sometime.
I left my oven on the ship. I have to go back and turn it off.
All right, so you're moving in, right? Nobody else is coming with you. The four of you are leading the way.
I can't believe no goblins are coming with us, but whatever.
All right.
They were told by Bomb Guzzle not to because fuck Rolu is what they.
What about the Akeshti? No one, huh?
None. No, you can't. No, stop it. Enough. I'm drawing a
Wait a
line.
second.
I love the mental picture that they like overnight made banners and have like picket signs, and some are like
Good luck.
the sacred wreckage, good luck, and some are like fuck Rolu.
Hey, good to see you.
I would almost feel bad for Rolo if he wasn't a huge asshole, but whatever.
Rolu gives a wink to Cordell. I'll see you soon.
Oh my god, the cringe. All right.
And he turns
Here we go.
and heads in first. So Rolu's going in first based
Okay.
off of that.
I'm going to move my token forward, over, and I think as Rolu, there's a slight pause as Rolu's foot hits the ship, walking inside, and he's going to stop 5 feet inside and look around.
And I just love that Rolu's the first one in because Rolu's the only one that does not have low light or dark vision. And so what you notice is outside of the stellar flare, it is the bright yellow sunlight, right? It's a hot desert. It is so bright. There's actually a sharp beam traveling through the open door. And Rolu, you can see what's in that sharp beam, but everything else immediately goes dark. And
You see, like,
it's
dust
hard
particles
to see because there's low light everywhere else.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
Dim light.
That's sweet.
So who's coming in next? You guys all coming in or staying at the door?
Yeah, I'll come in.
I'll go.
All right, so you guys kind of come into this region. You realize that this area is it's a cubicle airlock that measures about 20 feet on each side to allow for movement of large cargo. There are 2 sets of thick metal doors. Through the exterior, one has been demolished and is hanging by just a hinge. That's the one you guys just walked through. And then the interior door is sealed shut. There's a control panel on the north wall, but the area around it has been scorched recently. There's bits of metal and plastic scattered across the floor. Roll me an engineering check.
19.
Also 19.
Beautiful. Okay.
Not trained.
So what you recognize is that box that's torn apart. You discern that was actually a result of Merc's EMP key So when she triggered that, it must have blew that panel and damaged this door and knocked it open, which explains the loud pop and all the smoke that you guys saw last night. The day before. You would look back and you notice that the goblins are each kind of like taking their turn, peeking their heads in, just like they're curious, but they're also like nervous, but excited, just like general curiosity.
Quick footnote: as Chuck enters the ship, he turns to Torque and knocks Shaven a haircut again.
And this time it like echoes, dung, 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 and a ghost pops up and kills you.
And Chuck pulls its pants down.
And we all laugh. Trick or treat. Now where's our candy?
So, as I said before, the other door is sealed shut. What do you guys want to do? How do you want to try to get that door open?
If no one can engineer it open, I can try to cut it open with my Dashko, but some of you are technical. Can you get it open?
I'll try. I can only see what's in this beam of light here, but I will try. I will rely on some
dim
of you.
light, not total darkness. I might have misportrayed that.
It will be tough once I'm inside, so I may rely on the more astute vision and optics of some of you.
Yeah,
I'm not trained in engineering, but I can try to assist you with some visual
Thank you.
help.
Thank
Let's
you,
see if there's a panel around here. And Chuck looks for a button to open the door.
Rolu walks up to the
So
front.
you do see
It's a sensible first move, to be honest.
You see the panel that was blown, and you notice that the control panel on it is actually like shifted just a little bit. So go ahead, roll me an engineering check.
Jack or me?
Either. I'll let one of you assist if you want, or
18.
Treme assist.
beautiful. So Chuck, you're already over there. You kind of just pull that panel back, and you see all the cables and wiring within. And you notice that there's a pressure switch, and you're able to short across that switch, and it disengages the airlock seals, because it's an airlock, right? So one door opens, one door shuts. Well, one door is clearly open. When that pressure is equalized, that's when it can actually open. So as soon as you put that wire together, that door opens with a hiss, and you're hit with the blast of ozone-scented air that the force fields have kept inside for who knows how long.
They got a model train running.
Yeah.
Little steam coming out.
All right, let me just...
Must be an old gauge.
All right, real talk, that would be hella creepy.
100%.
If there's just a giant train set there...
If we're in like completely deserted ship, and it's just like...
Yo, that is
That would
so
actually
dope.
be really, really creepy.
That's cool.
All right, Okay, I see Chuck. Okay, so the door opens up, and on the other side of the door, you see a wide archway that occupies one stretch of this hallway before an intersection. A podium stands on one side of that archway behind a glass partition, and there's a computer console and an overturned stool. Why don't you roll me perception?
All right. 14 from Rolu. Rolu's eyes squint, trying to make everything out.
17 from Treme.
26 from Chuck.
And from Thaddeus, you have a 21.
Chuck, I hate you. This looks like a security checkpoint. It's got the archways of some kind of scanner. From your side of this glass panel, you actually, Chuck being Chuck, is able to climb up just enough, and he notices that the computer screen still has power, but it's glitching, and it looks like there's a string of error messages on it. But what Chuck notices that nobody else does, up ahead in that intersection, on the roof, there's a circular cutout, and you can barely see it, but there's something up there, and there's a faint green glow coming from the inside.
Chuck, what do you...
It's a trap!
Chuck, there's a trap?
What's
Look
that
up.
now?
Look, I mean, not Rolu, don't look up. Not you. Actually, you should go first.
So, this is not the first time that you've pulled a practical prank on me. Chuck, you've pulled a funny.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you're such a comedian.
That was good.
Yeah, that was good.
There's no reason that we have... Nah, no one's trying to get you hurt.
No, look up.
Why
Look
would
up
we
at
want
that.
to do that?
Look at the center. Look at the center of that intersection.
Oh,
There's a faint circle in the middle, right? That circle's got a slight green glow. That means there's probably something up there trying to kill us.
Like a green light.
Got a turret or something.
Could just be
Can I do an engineering check?
a luminescent frog.
It just could be, like a train set for the Christmas tree.
It could be.
Little Christmas light.
Go ahead, roll me engineering.
18 to get a sense of what it is.
11.
Rolly trying to think, how would that circular cutout open? What could realistically make that green light? We're still standing at the threshold of the door.
So you're able to see actually some wires on that archway that connect to that computer, and you're able to get like your fingers through to it, where that glass panel doesn't come quite all the way, and you're able to pull on them just enough, and the computer screen seems to stop flickering, and the error messages go away. And now Chalk tells you, because he's the only one that can really see it because he can get up close enough to it. It shows an image of an auto turret and an image of the archway. The turret is green and the archway is red.
Gotcha. Can I try to disable that archway, like the computer?
Okay. There is a glass panel there.
Got it. I'm going to try to hit the glass panel with my pincer and shatter it.
Man, I didn't think about hardness. What I was going to say is that I think Chalk would be the only one able to do the computer's check, because he's probably the only one that can fit up and over that glass panel without walking through the archway.
Because he's tiny. What's up?
Oh, he's tiny. What's up?
That's a
Oh,
tiny
cool.
boy.
That's a
Yeah, I mean,
tiny
if y'all
boy.
If y'all want to yeet me over the glass to touch the panel, I'm good with that. Hey,
Will come on, I'll lift you up.
do you want
man.
to yeet me over this panel?
We've got this junk drone, maybe.
Sure.
I got you, baby. I got you. And kind of like takes one hand and like pushes him over gently.
All right, go ahead and roll me computers.
15. So anyway, it started blasting.
It just doesn't do anything. The turret is still green and the scanner is still red.
Can I try to see if there's obvious wiring between the arch and the turret?
I guess that would be another engineering check, maybe perception.
Give me one.
Perception, he says confidently.
Yeah, that's a 7.
Yeah, you don't see anything.
Track
Cool.
what's going on.
I've got bad news and just bad news. This computer's not doing anything. And also, I can't figure out how these wires are connected. Can I just like smash the computer?
Do you want to do that?
Yeah. I mean, I tried to hack it, so now I'm just
I
gonna.
don't know about this.
I'm gonna like pull out the Thasphalt blaster and just shoot it.
Chuck, I would please don't shoot that computer. It may be useful. Can I try and stop you, or do you just do it?
I mean, you could try. You could use your words, but I think let's let the die decide.
All right, let's let the die decide.
To be fair,
You want me to roll a diplomacy?
I'll just state that I did find the material hardness stuff just for reference. That's all.
Okay.
Jack rolled a 1 on wisdom, so he's gonna shoot the computer.
All right.
Here
Thank
we
you,
go.
Chuck. So you shoot the computer, and as you do,
Oh goodness.
a klaxon blares, a red light flashes, the laser turret descends from the ceiling, and you need to roll for initiative.
Wow. Wow. This is totally Leroy Jenkins here.
This is
10 for Thaddeus. And yes, Leroy Jenkins.
ooh, that's a 20 on the die for 22.
Nice.
Nice. It's a 21 for Rolu.
Okay,
13 for Tomei.
13 for Tomei. Thaddeus?
10.
10 for Thaddeus. All right, that works. Rolu, you are up. You move first.
I think Chuck is first. 22.
Chalk got a 20.
2.
20 or 22?
22.
I got 22.
Oh, sorry. Chalk, you go first.
I want to look around quickly to see if there's any other obvious controls for this auto turret.
You can roll perception on that.
Sure. That's a 9.
It's a 9?
Yep.
Yeah, you don't see anything.
Are we able to help perceive this, or is it just because Shaq was the only one trained initially in engineering that only he can? Or?
Training computers.
I expect you'd be able to perceive something, but you'd probably have to be closer.
Yep.
Yeah. No controls or anything. Okay. Gotcha.
Cool. I'm going to try to shoot the darn thing. Since shooting the computer didn't work, I'm going to shoot the turret.
Shoot things. That's what I always do.
It's a 16 to hit.
EAC or KAC?
Oh, that's a good question. This is a force weapon. Deals kinetic damage, but still targets EAC.
Perfect. Then it hits.
Dope. 1d8 plus 1. So Jack turns bright red, embarrassed because he triggered the very trap he was trying to deactivate. Turns to this turret, aims right down the iron sights, and hits it just down the barrel.
Nice.
For max damage. That's 9B. What's B?
B?
Bludgeoning.
9 bludgeoning damage.
Interesting. So you do that, and your laser hits, but it just kind of absorbs into the steel of this turret.
So no damage?
It's Rolu's turn.
It's like a force field.
Check. Rolu takes a 5-foot step forward in front of the glass, or next to the checkpoint, and just for a second is overcome with a sense of indecision about what to do, and then just decides to start looking for another way to shut off this trap. And I was going to make an engineering check to see if there's another way that I can shut it off. Is that allowable by you, Kev?
I'll give you another engineering check.
Okay. 16 on engineering.
Yeah, no. You can.
There's
you
nothing.
see the archway. You see the computer.
All right.
Yeah.
Was that my...
You know that the computer and the archway were connected, and that's what was controlling this thing, but the computer's broken now.
Yeah. Okay. Was that a standard action?
And I'll give that to you for free.
Okay, cool. Then Rolu is going to take another 10 feet forward, is going to... Actually, he's going to walk, I think... no. There's no place to go here. Just for the listener, this is a tiny 10-foot corridor, and the security checkpoint is so well placed right behind the door, so it just takes up everything. So Rolu is going to run up in front of Chak, give Chak a strong side eye, and having pulled out his long arm, his azimuth serpent laser, and takes a shot, rolling a 22.
That's a hit.
Okay. Sweet. Okay, that is going to be with my new weapon specialization, as they say, 8 points of fire damage against this turret.
It gets absorbed into the metal.
Goodness. All right, cool. That's my turn.
Traps in Starfinder suck.
Yeah. They'll mess you up.
I mean, like, really bad. I'm scared for you guys because it is now the turret's turn. It's going to first, it whirs up, that as it comes down, that green line turns red, and it's going to hit every single person in range on one round.
Wow.
Are you for real?
What's the range?
How will it get through this corridor, this narrow thing?
Yeah.
So the panel, the glass panel, lasers can move or shoot through glass with no impedance.
Oh, man.
And so
I should still have some partial cover.
But isn't this like little check-in area? Isn't that like kind of blocking some of that? Or no?
Those doors are open.
no, that's what I'm telling. Yeah. Those doors are wide open.
The security checkpoint.
The podium there is only about waist high, and so if you're right next to the podium and you're prone, I would give you cover or partial cover, but you're further back. So, and this thing is up on the roof. So no, I'm going to say, and I marked this all out so we wouldn't have this argument. But Thaddeus, Terme, you are in sight and have no cover. Same thing with Chalk and Rolu, except Chalk, I'm going to give you a +2 because you're behind Rolu.
Yep.
But before all that happens, this gun picks the farthest target first, and there is a goblin peeking its head out.
No.
Yeah, there is.
Kev, you monster.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, the murdering is like...
I mean, this is what I would do too. But still, you're a monster.
Does the turret jump down and like kick the turret, the goblin in the pants?
Yeah.
It
While
actually
it's
just
saluting?
shreds the goblin. His head's picking out and just like puffs of just goblin blood, which is, I'm assuming, green. So this goblin now is dead.
How much damage
Okay.
is this thing doing? Can we do like any?
Is this a named goblin or is this like generic goblin number 4?
Yeah.
That was actually the goblin's name.
Did this goblin have a red shirt on?
Was generic goblin number 8.
Oh.
And as that happens, you almost hear the other goblins in Akeshi scream, and they back away from the door. I'm really glad you didn't force me to put Vari in there. Now it's time to see who we hit.
Oh, goodness. Why would you do this, Kev?
Terme, does a 31 hit?
You know it does.
Again, Kev, I don't know what game you think we're playing.
What kind of game?
Yes,
do
a
you think-
31 hits.
31.
God, man.
That is 14 points of damage.
Holy cow!
I'm telling you, traps fucking suck in this game.
Dude, they're great, but they suck. This is
So
awesome.
it's 14 points of damage for you. I'm pretty sure 27 hits Thaddeus.
For KC or whatever, or EAC, right?
I think it's...
Does
it's
it matter?
EAC. Yeah,
I mean,
EAC.
it doesn't,
Does
but
it
I am
matter?
curious. It's EAC, right? Because it's a laser? Or
I'm
no?
pretty sure it's EAC, yeah.
All right. And what was this? What was it again? 26. Yeah. Okay, that's- Dude.
Wow.
15
man.
points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next we have Chalk. 20 points against your AC, but you get a +2 for soft target or soft cover, right?
Wow. Sure.
So that does,
Wow.
10 points of damage.
Woof.
Yikes.
Okay.
And finally roll it. That is a nope. That is a natural 1.
What?
So it goes.
So it destroys itself and dies, and we can move on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Critical fumble deck?
Yeah, I'll give it a critical fumble.
No
Yeah.
way. What? Awesome.
I like critical fumbles.
Awesome.
I think they're fun.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Here we go. Ready? Dun, dun, dun. Yes, I do. Let's do it. Here we go. Cool. 3, 2, flicking the cards, 1 go.
Stop.
Okay. Is this an energy attack or a kinetic attack?
Energy.
Energy. You can't. Wow, this is wasted. You can't take a guarded step for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Word to the
But the
wise.
target misses rolling.
Awesome.
So it goes and it kind of like gets, I don't know, it shoots like around you somehow. Your precog ability like lets you juke and jive or something.
Ooh, juke and jive, shuck and jive.
That is the end of the auto turret's turn. Terme, you are up.
So, Terme's gonna. I mean, like, what is the? Can I? What can I, skill wise, do to check and see? Is this like magical item or is it a
Life science?
engineering physical thing that we can examine to understand what this armor, this trap is?
It is
This
an
turret.
auto turret. Do you want to do? You can do. I guess it'd be an engineering check on it to get information, because you can't do life science, so you would do engineering, I believe, right?
Yeah, physical science or
Oh, I'll give
engineering.
you physical science, sure.
So this would be like recall knowledge, I guess.
Is that, I don't have the skills up in front of me. I can't remember all that stuff.
Maybe you've seen this once before.
Yeah, we just kind of make it up as we go.
Yeah.
Or should we do identify technology is probably more
Yeah.
more the speed.
100%.
Right?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so engineering. Natural 20, so 21.
Okay. And that goes against, I forget. Yeah, no, I'll give that to you. I'll give you a few pieces of information. So the reason none of your shots are going through is because it has a hardness of 10.
Oh my.
So that means that nothing less than 10 will do any damage to this. You subtract 10 from every shot. And something else for you is that it will continue to shoot for 6 rounds. and then it retracts up and has to recharge for 1 minute.
Is there a way we can well, it's not my turn, short it out?
Hey guys, we can maybe fool this thing and sneak past it after 60 seconds.
Or no, 36 seconds, right? You said 6 rounds.
Yeah, I can't do math. Yeah,
Yes.
36 seconds.
Yeah.
30 more
Okay,
seconds.
So I tell you guys this, and I'm saying, hey, we should just run out for 36 seconds and see what happens, and then come back in.
Yes, a tactical retreat sounds like a good idea.
Of course, Thaddeus says that.
Of course.
the one time it makes sense. Okay, so Terme, it's still your turn. Do you want to make a move?
Yeah, I'm going to move outside for 30.
Let's get the fuck out of here, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, so Terme backtracks and stands right outside the closed door of the 2 doors. There's one that's the hinge blown off. Terme ducks behind the one that's closed. Thaddeus, you're up.
Thaddeus runs out as well, goes around the corner out of sight of shot.
And Terme is counting, like, in his head. He's tracking, like, the time from the last movement. So it'll be the last time he's waiting for the last person to cross the threshold from outside to then start counting. And then that would be 36 seconds, right? And then we can go back in.
I think you're overthinking it. It's 6 rounds of combat, and the 6 rounds have already started.
Okay.
Thaddeus is going to inject a serum into him to heal up in the meantime, which I think I can do as a move, a standard action or whatever, right?
I believe so. You're doing it
me?
to yourself.
Yeah.
Standard action.
Yeah, to myself, yeah.
To yourself.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, so Thaddeus also retreats, gets behind a wall. That's the end of round 1. So we're into round 2. Chalk, you're up.
Chalk is going to try his darndest to climb back over this glass. Like, he is in full panic mode. I'm going to die.
So if you're going to scurry over the glass, I'm going to say that's going to take almost a move action just to do that. So that would be 1 full move action to move the 5 feet across that glass.
Cool. I'm going to use my other move action to get around this corner so that I'm not in line of sight for this turret.
All right, so Chalk scurries up and over this glass in a panic and then ducks behind a wall there.
I imagine the 90-degree right turn was sort of like a dog running on tile.
Sliding out a little.
Yeah.
Rolu, what are you thinking?
I was thinking about how I can use a really cool thing that I bought that I have not had a chance to use yet, but I don't think this is the right time to do it. Can I do one more engineering check before I run out to see if there's a way to disable it? Or you can just say, like, it's very clear to me that we just got to fight it. Because Rolu's racking his brain.
I'm just going to give it to you because it kind of doesn't matter what you roll. Your engineering check would have disabled the
scanner.
Right? Just follow me on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have disabled the scanner. A computer's check would have stalled it for 1 round, but Chalk destroyed the computer. So, actually, no. Give me your engineering check, and I will see if you're able to disable the scanner. But the problem is, even if you do disable it, it is still going to continue for 6 rounds.
What was the scanner's relationship to the thing?
Yeah.
Do you want me to just read the entire book to you?
I don't know any. I know less than
what would I know from the wreckage of this scanner and this security, like this technology?
I know less than what I know before because I rolled a 14 total.
So you're not able to disable the scanner, but now you do. I did tell you, like, this will continue to shoot for 6 rounds.
Yes.
Even
Okay.
if the scanner is disabled.
Okay. All right. Rolu's going to run outside very quickly and stand outside next to Terme and make sure that everyone else is backed away from the entrance.
Okay, so you guys all step out, and this thing it goes right as it actually, as you're running out, it goes and like follows you in a trail because it was just about its turn, and then you just hear it scanning. Round number 3. Anybody want to do anything?
I want to not get shot.
Yeah, that sounds kind of nice.
Same.
So you're all standing still?
Yep.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I mean, we want it to burn its charge, right?
Chuck,
Like you said, it was going to fire no matter what.
Chuck grabs like a screen and throws it into the sight line of the
Yeah, is there like junk I can toss?
Yeah,
So Chuck
grabs
reaches down and grabs like a rock or
And
whatever
just, like,
debris he could find,
throws it into the sight
throws it up in the air.
Tremaine is throwing some scrap metal with a psychokinetic hand.
And it, like as you guys are testing it out, it goes it just shreds whatever you guys throw out.
Wow.
God, dude.
Chuck kind of makes a game of it. It's like, how many of these can I throw at a time, and it still like bullseyes everything.
So you guys are just going to play this out. You're just going to wait out, mess with it. But
Yeah.
You're waiting out all 6 rounds.
Yeah.
After 6 rounds, and Chalk throws one more piece up, and it goes, "Bing," and the light turns yellow.
Click.
Nice.
And you hear it go up under the roof. And he throws that piece up, and it hits the ground. And Chalk shouts like, "We're all clear! We're all clear!"
I sort of imagine the Wise vacuum, low battery, returning to home.
And I'll start the timer. Click.
Cool.
Okay.
So we have 10 rounds.
Let's move.
10 rounds.
Right.
The first thing Chuck wants to do is try to disable this scanner.
Are we still in initiative order? Or are we just going?
I think we are, but I'm at the top of the
Yeah,
round.
how's this
Okay.
work?
Are we still in initiative order?
No, we're taking it out of initiative order, but I have a timer set. So,
Cool.
Okay, where did you go? I can't see you.
I'm right in front of the scanner.
Okay, so you get around that scanner and you actually see a piece. The computer that you shot, like the screen is still partially working.
Yeah.
And you see a timer over the where the turret was and the hole is now because you shot it. And that timer says 58, 57,
Awesome.
56. But you also see like the edge of where the scanner is, and that scanner is red. So go ahead, roll me an engineering check.
Come on, engineering. 11. I got nothing.
Got nothing.
Guys,
Okay.
we've got very limited time, but I can't figure this out. You might want to get moving.
Let's go.
Yes. So we're gonna run in.
What's the deal? We're rushing past it?
Yes. Let's.
And
And it won't detect us when we run under it for a little while, right?
That's the idea. I think it
can
needs to
also-
charge.
All right. He tops off with another serum.
He's just
Real
back there in the
quick,
corner shooting up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tremaine's gonna hit himself with a healing serum for sure.
Yeah. One just.
Chuck's
do that
got a
real
whole
quick.
like band around his arm.
Yeah.
Right.
I also have healing serums. I can hear
sucker.
everyone up, but we need to make a decision about where to go so we can.
I'm fine.
So we can heal up.
well, can we just disable this while it's charging, or no?
I don't believe that there's a way that we can disable it.
It's not weak while it's charging. We can't like shoot it. You know, oh no, because it's just hard as nails, right?
Yes.
Then we should just get past it as quickly as possible out of its range of scan.
All right.
I
Kev,
guess.
this is about 8 squares in to the right. Is that a door?
No,
I'm pinging it on
I'll
that.
get to that in a second. So you guys are all past the scanner. Give me a roll, whatever you can at me. Each of you, all 4.
For what?
Okay.
Like I can roll an acrobatics roll at you. Is that what you're saying?
Well, that's silly. No, something that like
I don't know, man.
life
I
science,
don't know
not
what you're
life
trying to
science, physical science, computers, anything.
Perception,
Mysticism.
survival, perception.
19 computers.
Okay, beautiful.
23 engineering.
17 mysticism.
24
Hey,
perception.
you guys finally get it all to come together. Like you guys all get past it. You're underneath it, looking up, and you're like, okay, this is what I know about the computers. And you're like, okay, this is what I know about the engineering. And then Tremaine is like, I think that it kind of might have something to do with, and while he's doing that, Thaddeus is doing backflips, and everybody's like, what the fuck?
Standing
But it
up.
works.
By the way, there's a lot of dead Keshti in here.
Oh my god.
So,
You're right.
Chalk holds up the 2 pieces of the broken screen together while Rolu is looking at the cables more closely from the other side, and he pulls the green one. And the outline or the red picture of the scanner turns to a clear outline, and you just see Vaded because the screen is broken. And when you look up, Terme is the one that's actually looking up at the device in the ceiling, like almost waiting for it to move. And that yellow light turns off completely. It just goes black.
Great.
Great
So-
teamwork,
I
guys.
think it's off.
So I need to just hold this green wire the entire time, and then it will stay off.
Yep.
No, you pulled it. You pulled
That's right.
Uh,
Rolo, you hold that wire while we explore the rest of the
All right.
stellar flare.
That's right. You hold
Do you guys mind if I invite
All right.
Cordell in here? Okay. All right. Never mind.
So now you guys are standing in the middle of this intersection. The corridors are mostly featureless, like you were asking about, with occasional bits of debris. The hall to your left runs about 60 feet and turns right. There's a door along that hallway to the north side of that hallway. The corridor to the right also runs about 60 feet and turns left. There are 2 doors along that side of the corridor. But the first door looks crumpled, and so does the wall kind of around it. Looks really damaged. Straight ahead of you, to the north of the map, it runs about 40 feet, and there's a perpendicular wall there, and then the corridor splits off to the left and the right. But you can tell that the wall ends right there, and that path to the right might open up to either a bigger room or possibly like a hallway moving forward. Roll me a perception check.
16.
14.
22.
Natural 1.
Terme's still watching that turret because he doesn't trust it.
Turret, man.
The rest of you hear metal clinking against metal, echoing down the hallways. Clink, 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 clink.
Whoa.
Chalk, though, his ears are a little bit sharper, and he recognizes that sound is coming from the corridor to the left, but it is also kind of coming from the corridor straight ahead.
Is it?
So they meet at some point.
Does it sound heavy?
Yeah.
Is it like a tinkling?
What?
Oh!
Wait, really? What? Oh, wow. I was not expecting
Okay.
that.
Oh boy.
Kev's cliffhangers are getting real good. I don't know that I like this.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks for listening, ye scallywags. Until next week, drift begons and distant stars.